Hello, this is Uping stock trend prediction. So we can take some look about some kind of examples using the Uping stock trend prediction tool. So we can, for example, this is SP100 related stocks. So we can choose any stocks. For example, AAPL, that's Apple. So this will be updated to Apple real-time data. So this is the monthly chart, and that means each vertical line is a real-time monthly chart, monthly data. So you can see this kind of trend lines, yellow trend lines and the blue trend lines captures the stock price changes very well. So this trend lines are basically developed based on the advanced machine learning algorithm and the signal processing technique. So it can basically track and also predict the minimum value and the maximum value of the stock price in the time frame you choose. So this blue trend lines basically represent the kind of support trend line, and this yellow trend line basically represent the resistance trend line. So that means, for example, if this stock price changes and increase and reaches to this blue or yellow trend line, it's a kind of a resistance trend line. So it has encountered some kind of a resistance, and then it matches this maximum value, and it will start to decrease. So this is actually kind of indicated by the many people, traders. So a lot of traders basically they can also may have some kind of tools. So they will try to buy and sell stocks at the best time. So it's kind of these tools can basically was developed based on the real-time data and also based on the machine learning algorithm. So it can do the signal processing and then predict the trend line, the estimated the maximum value and the minimum value. So right now, for example, today is August the 7th, just after the first week of this month. So even though this month has not been completed yet, so this trend line has already been generated. So that means you can use this trend line to predict the maximum value and the minimum value of the stock price changes within this month. So that means you will have a better estimation about when will be the best time to buy the stock around this kind of low price region. That's a minimum value, and also or sell the stock around this kind of a high price region. So this is a monthly chart for Apple. So you can also check the weekly chart of the Apple stocks. So this is a weekly chart. So you can see this kind of trend lines are also predict the changes in different weeks, and also track the maximum value and the minimum value very well. So if you can basically you can check the plots in a larger time frame. So for example, that's from the September to last September to this September to this August this year. So it's about 1 year's data, last September to August 2021. So that's 1 year's data. You see this kind of yellow trend lines and also the blue trend lines. You see also tracked and also predict the stock price trend and also predict the minimum value and the maximum value very well. So basically you will have more confidence about the trend of the stock price change within each week or within each month or even daily. So that means you will know those type of maximum value or the minimum value in that time frame. So you will have more confidence to determine when the best time is to either buy the stock around this minimum value or sell the stock at this maximum value. So you can, for example, this is 142.8. This value is the 146.7. So this is the changes in the last week. And even for the week before last week, this minimum value is 141.7, and this maximum value is 148.73. So it's about $7 changes within 1 week. So if you can capture this kind of, for example, for this kind of change, the minimum value and the maximum value, and the minimum value for this point is 130. This value is 130.15, and the right scale, and this value is 144.49, and this is 130.24. That's about $14 change in 1 week. So basically you can see this matches the trend line very well about the maximum value, and also matches the trend line for this minimum value. So basically you can use the trend line to capture the minimum value and the maximum value of the stock price fluctuation within that week. So it's about $14. So you can see this kind of even in this week. So maximum value matches the trend line very well. It's about 137.32, and this is 116.07, and this is 137. So it's about $20. So even though this stock price dropped down below this trend line a little bit, that just means it shows it has a more momentum to drop in this region. It has more momentum, but even though it drops below this trend line, it's still in the low price region. So even though you buy the stock at this region or this region, it's still a good time to buy this stock compared to that maximum value. That if you sell it at this maximum value, you can still get about something like I think that's a $20 difference. This maximum value is 137.86. So this minimum value is 115.35. So it's about $22 difference. Even for this 111.58, and this is 114. That's about $3 or $4 difference. But even though you buy the stock around this time or around this time, you still get a good earning compared to the timing you sell it at this region. Okay, so this is a weekly chart. And for daily chart, for Apple, you see this daily chart. These trend lines also capture this maximum value, and this blue trend line also captures the minimum value very well. So you can see the stock price fluctuation are basically enclosed in this, between this kind of trend lines very well. If you are interested in that, so you can continue to subscribe the Uping stock trend prediction through the bottom right corner, the icon, the subscription icon. So you can subscribe the Uping stock trend prediction channel or watch some more videos in YouTube. Thanks for watching.